Hello, hello. Welcome to our 5th day update for our journey to SSF T2 Rathma on the Druid. Um, well, yesterday was quite a tiring day, but it was also a lesson in why we never give up. So, as you can see, we did make it to level 93. I didn't actually plan on doing it. I was planning on just staying level 92 and keep pushing slowly. But we were kind of on a map frenzy, and we got close, so we decided to push it all the way. Anyway, let me pull up the video as always, and talk a little bit about what we found, what happened yesterday, and then we'll cover what's our current state and goals for day number 6. So our first find was a pair of Inferno Strides. We broke a pair on day 4, which we maybe shouldn't have slammed just because these are such nice boots for both Declone and Rathma with the max fire res. We do decide to slam those, and they get faster hit recovery, which could be very nice for Rathma potentially, since we still don't have like faster hit recovery charms or much hit recovery on our gear. So it will be nice. Over here we get a Dark Glow, which rolls 5 maximum to all resistances, which is, yeah, that's amazing starter armor, at least for Rathma, that requires max poison, max cold, max fire. So really, really nice armor. It's very possible that I should have just, not slammed it, but we do choose to slam it, and you can kind of guess what happened. We end up breaking it. It breaks with Cannot Be Frozen, which is pretty much the slam you want. As well, so really heartbreaking. But yeah, I mean, we kind of move on. A bit later, we drop our first Hellslayer. I'm a big fan of Hellslayers. I like them on so many different builds, and yeah, this one rolled pretty badly, so wasn't too excited, but we decided to slam it anyway, see what happens. It gets Magic Find, which means it's pretty much useless. So yeah, we just decided to discard it, and nothing much happened. Later in Ancestral, our savior, we drop our first Verdungos, and it rolls 10 to PDR, 30 to Vitality, so basically anti-perfect. We try to slam it and ends up breaking, so I mean nothing much lost because it wasn't a very good one. Over here at the cows, we drop a ring, a unique ring, and it is Nature's Peace. Now, we already had one Nature's Piece that rolled free to all resistances, and we decided to slam it, and from the graphic change you can see that we broke it. So another big item breaking, and yeah, that's another tough one. All the maximum rest stuff kind of breaking on us. We drop a BK set ring. I was looking for one, even though I'm probably not going to use it on any fight. I just like the item. And we try to slam it. It rolls magic damage, but the base stats are like 2980 6 PDR, so pretty nice base stats at least. Over here at the sewers, we get a Hawk Helm. This is the Kestal, we already have one. But ours only has +1 skills, this one is +2. Meaning it will give us one more level to our teleport to Gust, which is very nice, means the cooldown is faster. We slam it for funds, and it gets 10 resistances, which is fine, it doesn't really matter. While farming some Chaos Sanctuary for pests, we drop our first Rising Sun. It only has 1-2 fire skills, so nothing crazy. I think in the same run, we end up getting another amulet, so we know this is not a Rising Sun. And this ends up being a Nokozan relic, but this one is actually perfect FHR, perfect max resistances, and 30 fire res, so I know it's just a Nokozan, but it is still pretty useful in these stats. If it gets a good slam, I could definitely use it. And also we got an Andes, and Andes is a very useful helm for Rathma. Normally on Druid you'd use a Spirit Keeper, because it gives a lot more benefits, but we still haven't dropped one, so an Andes is very nice to have. Yeah, we were chasing some pests yesterday. We did not find any, but I was looking for it because I wanted to, upgrade my Annies. Yeah, so we dropped this jewel, we skip forward, and wow, what a jewel. 40 ED, 13 max damage. That's the kind of jewel that could go for quite a bit. We will probably use this on a demon machine merc or on some specific weapon we craft. We drop here an amulet or farming some keys. Yeah, that was like a Tranxa as well. This is the Eye of Etlich. Not a useful one. It's more like a leveling kind of amulet that you get pretty early. And speaking of a demon machine merc, we do end up dropping a demon machine. This is our first one. I don't know if I'll swap already since I'm not too certain if I have the right gear for it. It slams for AR, not the best slam. It had pretty average stats before. And we also drop our second Dungo. This one actually rolled well with 14 PDR. We try to slam it for something nice, PDR or a faster hit recovery, max to all, attack rating, attack speed, but none of those hit, and it ends up breaking as well. So a little bit of a tough day in terms of breaks. Over here while farming World Phone Chamber, we actually get our first Shaco as well. So a lot of drops, a lot of things are dropping, just a lot of things also broke. And it was a 5 PDR, 40 MF, a really nice roll, and the Shaco as well, breaking, along with all of my emotions that day. And here we got the mesh armor. This is shaft stop. We already had one on day 4 that rolled 29 PDR, so we try to slam this one as well. Again, this with free sockets, this with plus skills, this with max fire. A lot of good slams that could come on a shaft stop. And have a look at it. It survives with 35 mana. So while it is surviving, technically this is not too useful with 35 mana for tier 2 attempts. So still a little bit sad about that one, but it is what it is. And this was kind of the point of the stream that I kind of felt like ending things. It was already, I think, yeah, it was already like 1:50 a.m. We were, I think, at about 6 or 7 hours into the day, and the day that, like, there were like, the jewel was really good. We dropped a jewel that was really nice, but overall, other than that, we didn't really get anything significant, and the jewel isn't really progressing us in any way. But we decided to stick through it, and this is where 99% of solo self-found players give up before they hit it big. I think 8 hours in, like 2 hours later already, we drop our first unique map, and really hoping this is a Zara Sanctum. I mean, it's good if it's a Warlord, it's still good, but a Zara Sanctum could give us finally some charms, maybe a skiller that we so desperately need, and we're looking to identify it, and it is the Zara Sanctum, and it even rolled really high on the density, which is really, really nice for us. It rolled only 4 on the charms, and here you can already see that, yeah, about an hour and a half later, we drop a puzzle box, our first puzzle box. Puzzle boxes are going to be a critical thing for us when we start building our tier 2 gear for Rathma. A lot of like best in slot items will require a puzzle box in order to make them actually that good. And you can see just like 2 minutes later, the same cow map. We continue. We drop a Chamrune. Chamrune, second most like rare rune. It's like one before last, after like before Zod. Zods are going to be super important for us, probably because we are going to try and craft a weapon, and Zods are not likely to drop. So being able to drop a Chamrune, being half of a Zod, is super, super big on our journey to craft like a weapon for a physical build. If that is actually the route we are going to take, I think it is the route we're going to take, but we will have to, you know, keep going and see. But yeah, I was super happy with this one. This was such a big drop for us. And yeah, I'm like, wow, so happy that we kept at it and we didn't give up. And oh wow, this was a bit of a funny one. We dropped another Scalders, and I'll just let the clip kind of talk for itself. I usually like leave the volume out, but yeah, just. Another Scalders. Chance to get better Scalders. Chance to fucking get marked here. Better Scalders, and I had the best MF for one thing now. Yeah, I got one. Maybe roll 2 to skills, who knows? Yeah, we end up predicting the 2 to skills roll on the Scalders, which was, yeah, just... I thought it was so funny. At that point, we were like already 8 hours in, and this is like from a Horizon map that came out of the cow map, so all these drops are just one last map, right? It's that one last map, and we're gonna get everything. We got the Chamrune, we got the Scalders, we're getting a Ghoul right now. So everything just kind of happening at the same time. The puzzle box was there too. Gulrune, of course, taking us one step closer to getting a CTA because we could box into it, or we could cube into it. Drop a Bone Visage. This is a helm that could be used on the Act 1 mark. Theoretically, we don't really need one. But yeah, it's like a fairly nice rolls as well. ED is like above average. Pierce is like average. And we slam it and it gets 3 sockets. I was just, at that point I was starting to think that somebody turned like drops on. We dropped a facet also in the same map. This is all one map. I just want to remind you, like from the moment we dropped the puzzle box, everything is one map. And yeah, absolutely mind-blowing. The facet, we really wanted to get a poison one to start building more towards that rabies option. But a cold one would also be good. Fire and lightning are not that good right now. It is a cold one, another 4/4 like the one we rolled before. Just in case we feel like farming with Arc Blast, that might be an option. And over here at Diablo, we finish an Uber run. Because I wanted to do one more torch before I finish, and it ended up being a 5620. It is technically a stat upgrade for us. What an amazing torch. So sad we're not assassins. But yeah, these were the drops for day 5, and yeah, what a turnaround towards the end. I'm really glad we stuck to it. We didn't give up halfway through. And this is our current situation. We're running the 2 skill Scalders, slightly lower MF than the last one. I think the last one had 30 more MF. We're still running the Alders, the Maras, the Lidless, so the gear didn't really change much, just the Scalders. We are using the Beast on ourselves. Before I was using the Beast on the Merc, but we ended up finding finally the last set piece for IK. And we finally equipped the Merc with full IK, and he's doing a lot better now. He's doing a lot of damage. I am looking to exchange the Merc to an Act 1 Merc with the Demon Machine. I think it might be a good idea. Try to let her, wreak some havoc. I've been saving some bolts to maybe get her like a nice pair of bolts. And yeah, that's kind of like what we're going through right now. We did find like another all res GC. It's just 13, but 13 is like 3 small ones for 4 each, so it's not that bad. Makes our res like a little bit more comfortable, and also keeps like RMF relatively high. We're at 354 right now. Native, before we were like 400 something while using the Rune Collector. I think still if I use the Rune Collector, yeah, 450. So doing pretty good on that. I'm probably gonna stop using it for a little bit. I want to improve my clear speed and focus on farming mats, and that's what we're gonna focus on day 6. Okay. I had like an inside goal in my head of doing Rathma tier 2, Rathma tier 0 by 1 week, which means I have 2 more days to do that. We have yet to drop a Splinter, which means we'll have to run a lot of mats in order to actually get that event. And also, I kind of wanted to get a Druid Torch before we go into Rathma, because I think that +2 skills, it's massive. We also didn't get our first skiller. So goals for day 6 are still get a skiller. Getting a skiller is just super important. We are hoping that Zara Sanctum will help us with that. So we are going to run this map on day 6. But yeah, getting a Druid Torch. I will be farming Druid Torch, I think, from the start basically of the day. So we're gonna start with farming a Druid Torch, at least like 2 Uber runs immediately. I'll run 1 or 2 Annies. I'll try to get another Pets in order to upgrade our Annie just a little bit. And yeah, these are like the first 2 goals. Then second goal is running the Zars, hopefully getting a Summoner Skiller or a Shapeshift Skiller, whatever we get, I'll also be doing my first craft session for weapons. So we've been saving these like ethereal bases since we're not going to be getting a vial anytime soon for like an amazing weapon. So I'll be crafting 50 weapons. Yeah, we saved a lot of these. I'm not sure which ones I'll focus on, because I don't know if I want to run Bear or Fury, and some of them are better for Bear, some of them better for Fury. So we will see what makes more sense at the time, and I'll choose based on that. But yeah, these are kind of like the plans for the day. So yeah, look forward to that. With that said, I'm gonna wrap it up. It's been It's been nice sharing this journey with everyone, and I really appreciate all the comments and people sending me messages whenever I log into the online game. It's really nice to hear people are enjoying the series, and yeah, it keeps me motivated to keep going. We are going to do this eventually, okay? We're not going to give up. And yeah, till the next update, where we hopefully have a Druid Torch and our first skiller. I'll see you then. Bye bye bye.